Hey guys, you've joined us live on Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta and we're talking about metals right now because this is an area which has seen constant pressure coming in. If you look at the week itself, we've seen prices decline. It fell 2% overnight across metals as a sector. It is about the hawkish US Fed commentary which really seems to have dented the sentiments as of now. So when you look at the markets, it is about the US dollar which is strong at a 6-month highs. High inventories in metals is yet another thing that seems to be pulling the prices down, especially for copper which has seen a decline to nearly a 5-week lows right now. The inventories are trading at a May 2022 highs. And when you look at the cash to 3-month copper, we have seen a $64 of a discount coming in there. So that means that cash is more expensive, rather the cash is cheaper right now. And markets do believe that going forward, perhaps there could be more demand coming in. Over the week as well, when you look at the prices, almost everything within commodities has seen a decline. If you look at the prices, we're down anywhere between 2 to 6% on a week-on-week basis. Where are the prices headed from here? To get that sense in, we are now joined by Chintan Mehta from Abans Holdings. Chintan, hi, thank you so much for joining us. On the metals first, and the industrial metals are headed for another weekly decline. What is it that you're picking up from the global markets, and what's your sense on where could you be looking at the prices going forward?
Like you mentioned that Hawkish statement by the US governor that has made the price under pressure for the base metal as well as precious metal. And along with this hawkish statement from US, Chinese data where the maximum consumption of base metal happens is very important. So as per my understanding, even after such a hawkish statement from the US side, base metal have hold the ground. If you see around aluminium and zinc, especially aluminium is holding around 195 level in MCX price, and zinc is holding somewhere around 210 price. And with the data which is coming from China, where we are seeing that industrial production is better than what it was expected, as well as the retail sale is also holding better. I think it is on a positive side, and buying on the dip would always be a good choice here. And these are the very good level, very crucial level to hold. But we have to oversee what is coming from the China. So if weaker Chinese data keeps on coming, whereas we are seeing that property market is not yet fully recovered, or that political tension with the US, these are the two factors what we need to look around for the price of metal. Otherwise, Chinese government are doing everything. They have reduced their cash reserve ratio by 25 basis for the government, as well as they hold the policy rate. So Chinese government is trying their level best to keep their economy going, and if they can get success in that, I think we can see a rally in all base metals, especially aluminium and zinc. On a copper side, there is, as you rightly mentioned, there is a huge inventory which has been built up, and the forecast of there is only a 2 to 3% rise in the demand, whereas the production was estimated to grow by 10%. So copper price, I think, it will be under a pressure unless and until there is a great demand revival in China and the other part of the world. But zinc and aluminium are very good at very good level, and with the slightest improvement in the market, we can see upward movement in this.
All right. So while you are more bullish clearly on aluminum and zinc, how would you look at the risk-reward ratio from here? I mean, how much of a further decline are you anticipating, where you think it's good time to start accumulating into these metals? And what kind of an upside would you, let's say, for the rest of 2023 now?
I would say 5 to 10% correction we can expect in aluminium and zinc. So I'm looking at the levels. I'm talking around somewhere around 190 to 195 level in the aluminium, which can hold very good support price. And on the upside, I'm seeing somewhere around 220 to 230 levels, which we can look, which we can see, provided as Mr. Powell said that he will be watchful on the data. With light of the better data for the US inflation or the jobless claims, there might be a change in consensus where they will say that we can hold the rate or the rate cut can be visible. Then I see up to 240 levels also on aluminium. Okay. And on a zinc side, 200 would be a very good level, but it is like a 10% down from here, the current level, which should be act as a very, very good support, and 250 is on card as per me.
All right. Chintan, what would you say on whether the week was as per your expectations? Because the US Fed, the Bank of Japan, the PBOC, China, that is, also have not touched interest rates.
Yeah, they have not touched the interest rate. Only worrisome part from the US, Mr. Powell, means governor of US, Mr. Powell, is that consensus which is built for 2024 is now suggesting that they might reduce the interest rate in 2024 by only 50 basis, which was anticipated before this week for 100 basis points. So that's the only point which has changed over this week, and that is the reason we all are seeing the pressure on precious metal as well as base metal. But all metals are holding up, and I guess it is a good sign for the price to move upward.
All right. So while you are bullish on zinc and aluminum in the base metal category, when you look at the precious metals between gold and silver, where also, I mean, you could say that even with what's happened in this week, we haven't seen a sell-off happen in gold and silver. They really seem to be holding around these levels on charts. How does that look to you?
Even on the event day, gold rallied before the event, and then it has reduced and to once again the pre-policy level. If you see participation in gold and silver in CME, it has been on a very low side. Gold is somewhere around just like 10% above the low of last 1 year's OI, and silver is almost like a 5% from the low of the OI. So participation is very less. And what we are looking or what we are observing is whenever there is a downturn, it doesn't come with a huge volume. Wherever there is an uptick, volume goes up as well as the OI goes up. So this is clearly suggesting that there is a buy on a buy side. It comes with a lot of weightage, whereas on the sell side, when it comes, it doesn't come with that weightage. So I guess with a slight change of outlook or slight change of data, we can see a good positive side on gold and silver. And silver is holding really, really firm on 23 level on the international side, and the Indian side 70,000 to 71,000. Even on the date of event, it never went so. I mean, we do not see that kind of sell-off in silver in compared to gold. So silver is in a great positive territory, because the industrial demand of silver is also high with the solar power getting the weightage across for the carbon neutrality. So I guess silver is in a great bull move right now.
All right. So clearly a bit of a bull coming out of you there, Chintan, when you look at many of these metal prices. Thank you so much for joining us as always on Moneycontrol. So those are a few calls really coming in for commodities. It's a buy in case of zinc and aluminum on dips, of course. Otherwise, silver does look like it's in a bull run. There is some support continuing for gold as well.